So that just happened automatically. 2 minutes, start to finish. No one even touched it. And built that in my bedroom right here. It took me about 6 to 8 hours in total while working 40 to 50 hours in the week. And all free tools: Google Forms, Google Sheets, Make Automation, the free tier, and Gmail. All free tools. That's it. And it works. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly how to do this as well. I'm gonna show you every step, every module, every connection. Because if I can build this with few blocks of hours and studying and while working full time, you can do this too. And then at the end of this automation, I'm gonna start selling this. We'll see if anyone actually wants it. So you're not just watching me build it, you're gonna see if this AI automation thing or anything like this is even real. So I can't explain everything here. My hand hurts right now. Let's go over to my desk so I can put this phone and I can just work. See you there. So Tuesday morning, I woke up at like 5:30ish, and I had like 2 to 3 hours before I even leave for my job. But I was sitting there thinking, where do I even start this thing? I mean, I need a form, right? Like just a basic means for the leads to come in. So I start building it. Name, email, phone number, the standard stuff. And then the budget range, which is the one that actually matters, because that's how I'm gonna score them later on. On the 500K, 500 to 800, and 800 to a million. And I throw in property type, timeline, whatever else that feels relevant. And the whole thing maybe takes like 10 to 15 minutes to even set up. Then I linked it to a Google Sheet, so every submission just dumps into a new row. And in the sheet, I added 2 columns at the end: lead score and status. They're both empty right now because the automation is supposed to fill it in. But I haven't finished that part yet, so it's just gonna be empty for now. And that's Tuesday. That's all I got done on that day. Then I had to go to work, and I had exams on the following days, Thursdays and Fridays. Wednesday was off, but I had to study for the exam and I didn't have time during that week. On the weekend, I woke up early, around 5, because it felt like I didn't have enough time to even build my thing. And again, all the troubleshooting, building this automation. So I opened up Make, created a new scenario, and the first thing I'd need is a trigger. Like something that tells the automation, hey, a new lead just came in, do your thing. And for that, I use a Google Sheets module. There's one called Watch Rows, which basically just checks the sheet every 15 minutes to see if there's anything new. I connect it to my sheets, set the interval to 15 minutes, and that's the trigger. Every time a new row shows up, it grabs the data and runs that scenario. Now here's where it gets interesting. I need to score these leads, right? Like not all leads are the same. Some are ready to buy right now with big budget, and some are just starting to look around. So I need the automation to figure out which is which and handle them differently. And that's what this router does. I added a router and it creates these 3 parts coming out of it: hot leads, warm leads, and cold leads. And then I set up filters for each path so the router knows where to send them. Path 1 is hot leads. If their budget is 800,000 or more, they go here. Path 2 is warm, 500 to 800K. And path 3 is cold, anything under 500K. And I was setting these filters and I was thinking, as a real estate agent, the 800K plus leads are the ones that I want to know most about. The more, the merrier, right? But on the other hand, I'm a little bit torn apart on these pricing filters. Like, I don't really know if I really wanna make it hot or cold just based on the pricing, because things might be different, because sometimes less money could be urgent as well. We'll see how it goes, but for now I'll leave it as it is. So now every lead that comes in gets sorted automatically just based on their budget, and then I need to tell the automation what to do with each type. Like what happens when someone goes down the hot lead path. 2 things need to happen. The lead needs to get an immediate response so they don't feel like they're getting ignored, and the agent needs to know about it right away. So I added a Gmail module to send an email to the lead. I mapped the 2 fields to the email address from the sheet data. Write a quick subject line, maybe like thanks for reaching out, like with the name pulled in dynamically. And then I write a body. This is like, hi, thanks for reaching out. I see you're interested in this property type in this budget range. Someone will call you within the hour. Nothing fancy, just an immediate response, just so they know someone's on it. And then I added the another Gmail module that goes to the agent with a subject line, new hot lead, and all the leads information right there. Name, contact, budget, everything the agent needs to know to call them right now. And for the warmer leads, it's basically the same setup, just the messaging is a little bit less urgent. And cold leads just get a softer welcome email, like, thanks for reaching out, here are some resources, feel free to reach out when you're ready. And no agent notification because they're not ready anyways. And the last thing that I need to do is make sure the sheet actually updates so I can see which leads are processed already and how they were scored. So at the end of each path, I added another Google Sheets module, update a row. I map it to the row number from the trigger so it knows exactly which lead we are talking about. And that's it. That is the whole thing. Lead comes in, router scores them according to their budget, they go down the right path, email gets sent, agent get notified if it's hot, and the sheet updates with the score. All automatic. I saved it, closed my laptop, and went to work. So I open up the form and fill it out as a fake lead. I read test one of my emails to make sure it's working, and I made him a hot lead, 800K to $1 million of budget. I hit submit, go to the sheet, and there's this new row with all this data. Lead score and status are still empty because I haven't set it up on the automation yet. So I went back to make, and I just click run once to trigger it manually, and I was just sitting there watching it go. It grabs the row, passes it to the router checks the budget, 800K to $1 million, and sends it down the hot lead path. First Gmail module runs and sends the email to this test email. Second Gmail module runs and sends the notification to the agent. Then the sheet update module runs and marks the row as hot and processed. And I was like, okay, it's running perfectly now, but let me just double check on my email. I went on the text inbox and it was there. Personalized, all the info pulled in correctly. And then I checked the other fake email, like acting as an agent email that was supposed to say new hot lead with all of its contact info and everything. Let's go hot, status processed. And I was sitting there looking at it and thinking, it's actually working. So that's what I built. Around about 6 to 8 hours spent throughout the week. And it works. Like a lead comes in, gets scored, gets a response, agent gets notified if they're hot. The whole thing happens in around about a minute or two. All automatic. How long would it actually take to do this manually? Imagine. But here's the thing. It's not done yet. I haven't finished it completely. There's more I need to add to make this fully complete. Like the chatbot thing I mentioned in my second episode. Something that can talk to the lead in real time and ask them qualifying questions. And if they're ready, book an appointment through the agent's calendar. I need to build that. And the follow-up sequences for colder leads. You know, the email that gets sent over like week or days to keep them engaged until they are ready to buy or sell. That's not in there yet. I need to build that as well. And the calendar integration. So when a lead wants an actual showing, they can just pick a time that works for them and they can book it automatically. That piece isn't built either. So 3 things I need to build still. So this version is like a beta version, like a 0.5 version. It's the foundation. It's the core of this system. It's not the full thing. But even this basic ass version is already better than what most of these agents are using it right now. Because right now, most agents are checking their lead sources throughout the day. Zillow, Realtor, their Facebook, the website, and they're copying information from manually from a spreadsheet to this and that, calling them, texting them, typing the response one by one. It takes forever. And I'm 100% sure they're missing some leads as well. They won't be efficient like this. But this one does all of it automatically. It runs while they're showing properties out there in the wild, while they are in meetings, while they are sleeping. It just doesn't stop. Never, unless you stop it by itself. So yeah, It's not finished, but it's already useful. And the question I keep coming back to is this even enough to sell? Like, even though it's not complete, would someone pay for this? I don't know yet, but I'm about to find out. So here's what happens next. I need to finish building the rest of it, the chatbot, the follow-up, the calendar integration. That's probably another like few hours of work. Maybe this week, maybe next, depending on how much time I can find. And then once it's done, I'm gonna start reaching out. LinkedIn messages, cold calls, whatever it takes. I'm gonna show what this does, get their feedback, and see if anyone actually wants to pay for this. Because that's the real test, not can I build this? I'm already building it. The question is, will anyone buy it? And I genuinely don't know the answer yet. Maybe they don't see the value. Maybe I'm completely wrong about this market. Next episode might be showing you the finished product with all of these pieces working together. Or it might be cold calling these agents and getting hung up like 40, 50 times. Or it might be both. And I'm completely overwhelmed. We'll see. If you're still here, thanks for watching. And if you're building something too, here's what I'm learning from this. You don't need straight up 8 plus, 10 plus hours to work on anything you want. I built this in pieces, like 2 hours, like sometimes 1 hour, something like 3 hours, if I'm lucky enough, all spread out throughout the week, all while working 40 to 50 hours per week. And that was enough to build something that actually works, and so, something to showcase like this. And you don't need it to be finished before it's valuable. This isn't done, but it's already useful. And that's enough to start showing people. So if you're waiting for the perfect time or the perfect version, stop it. Build the core, make it work, and figure out the rest as you go on. That's what I'm doing anyways. Alright, next week, I'm either going to show you everything working together, like the chatbot integration, calendar integration, the follow-ups, or I'm out there in trenches selling what I have right now. Cold calling agent, sending LinkedIn messages, seeing if someone says yes. Maybe both. Could be. Maybe I finish building and start selling the same week. That would be the dream, bruh. Fuck. Maybe I'll get my first client. Maybe I'll get rejected 50 times. I don't know. But either way, you're going to see what actually happens. The real version. Not the cleaned up version where everything goes perfect. Because if I'm trying to build a multi-million-dollar business through my bedroom, you need to see how it works, how it happens. All while working 40 to 50 hours plus on my day job. The wins, the rejections, the moments where I have no idea what I'm doing. So if you want to see how this turns out, and if I actually land a client, and if this automation thing is real, subscribe, because next week is where it gets real. Until next time, bye-bye.